So do you want me? Okay. So my name's Jon Jackson, and I'd like to introduce myself. I've been a singer for a long time, 34 years. I made my debut in 1984 at Showing Together at the Victorian Arts Centre, and I put together a little group called Great Big Opera Company, and we used to find bits of old music and put them on and do them in places, and then we turned into a sort of a retro girl pop band in the 80s, and I became a soloist. I was studying opera. I became an opera singer. I've sung with Opera Australia in principal roles, and I've sung in concert for the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra and the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra, and I've travelled around the world with my group, Great Big Opera Company, and we've sung with other orchestras, and we've sung at Raffles Hotel in Singapore. If you don't know what that is or anything about it, Google it. Raffles, it's a fantastic place, great story. Rudyard Kipling used to stay there and shot a tiger under the billiard table. There's all kinds of legends there. If you don't know who Rudyard Kipling is, look that up. Okay, so then we performed with the St. Petersburg State Symphony in Russia, in St. Petersburg, and in Moscow. We had an amazing career. It was about 15 years, and then I had a solo career and went on and did concerts, and I've kind of, you name it, I've kind of done it. Hasn't made me famous, but it's given me a really interesting life. And my latest project, that's something that I want to share with you. So I decided that I was going to do a show about Ethel Merman. Now, before I go any further, I should say Ethel Merman has a big brassy voice, and my family, the rest of the members of my family, even though they're deaf, pretty much deaf, every time I sing like her, they leave the room. This is them. This is my little family here. Over here on the sofa, excuse me. This is Andy, the black one. This is Andy. Andy, look at the camera. Look at the camera. So Andy is 17 years old and way more interested in chewing his foot. And this is his son, Monty, who has just turned 15 years old. And he hates Ethel Merman, so we don't have a fan here in the family. Poor old Mont. You can't hear me anymore, but I suppose if he could, he'd leave the room too. Anyway, so this is going to be the beginning of a video diary about what Ethel did next.